The Grow My Cleaning Company podcast helps owners of cleaning companies just like you to grow your company and yourself so you can make more money and finally get the time and money freedom that probably got you into this business. Discover how to automate and create systems that allow you to grow like crazy without losing control. If you dig the show and want to show some love, subscribe, rate, and review on iTunes. It really helps. Enjoy the show.
Question is, when's the right time to hire? A. B, is hiring family members a bad idea? So the right time to hire is right now. So go through the steps in order, but we're going to shift all of your guys' mindset from this not fun game that you will never win of, okay, I get this many employees and I got this many customers. I'm going to dial it in. They're always going to match up, because they never will. It won't. People quit in bunches. You get a big job. Crap goes nuts. So we're going to shift from that mindset of just dialing everything in, trying to get them to match, and they're never going to match. Certainly when you're scaling quickly, then the dials really get out of whack. You're just going to go, I've always got a hiring funnel running, and I've always got my client attraction funnel running. And my goal is the going back and forth between, I've got so much good talent that wants into my job. Bummer, I can't hire them. Hey, Ronnie, appreciate you wanting in. We have too many Ronnies. We got two of them. I'm assuming they both want to work for me. Hey, Ronnies, appreciate you guys wanting in. We got way more people wanting this job than we can handle it, but I really dig your energy. If you like, we can start just floaters. Usually that takes a couple of weeks, where if we call, someone doesn't show up, you can grab in. And then usually in a couple of weeks, months at the most, we can promote you to a full-time cleaner. But that energy is so much better than, oh my God, I need people. I tired Ronnie and Ronnie. They both didn't show up. Now I'm short. No one will do it. And I'm freaking out. I'm going to clean. Not the energy we want. Same works for customers. So I got Brittany wanting me to service her building. I'm like, man, I wish I could help you, Brittany, but we are just stacked with customers. Give me a call back in a week and we'll see. It is okay. Not ideal, but I'd rather have that energy than having no customers, right? It is okay. There's no such thing as too many people wanting to work for you or too many people wanting you to be their vendor. Does that make sense, Brigham?
Yeah.
So we solve that by having funnels running all the time. That is the problem we're trying to create is too many customers wanting in, too many employees. It's a feature, not a bug. Okay. Yeah. When it comes to family, I have hired friends, family, the people that leave my employ, I stay friends with them. The magic is, as long as the core values are in charge. So if I'm the boss and I hire my brother, son, sister, father, whomever, and I'm trying to boss them around, it can have a real weird vibe. But if I don't do that with my own employees, like hopefully Apple or Jared or Lindsay wouldn't be like, everyone shut up and listen to me. I'm smart. I'm in charge here. I just couldn't even imagine that would just be a weird thing. What I do is, hey, we're all here to have fun, make money, be real, and help out, right? That's our vibe. And they were having fun, making money, being real, and helping out in their life before I ever met them. And when they go on to the next thing, they'll be having fun, making money, being real. That's like who they are. So if something goes wrong and a difficult conversation has to be had, I would be like, hey, who haven't I picked on? Danny. Hey, Danny, dude, the way, I don't really feel like you're helping out our customers. You didn't show up, you were late, and I had to cover it. And, the clients needed some help when you weren't there, brother. What's up? Even if whether he's a regular employee or my brother or my cousin or some sort of family member, either he has those beliefs and he's a good fit, or he doesn't have those beliefs. And if he doesn't have those beliefs, we got to part friends. And I'm not like, you're my brother. There's nothing weird. It doesn't have to be weird at Thanksgiving. Just you deserve a place, Danny, where your values match what they have going on. This ain't that. So we're going to free you up. I'll even try and help you find a better fit, but this ain't it. And if you're going to be here, we all are about having fun, making money, being real, and helping out. So see, it's not a personal thing. Like, Danny, I want this and you did that and you're bad and I'm right and you comply to me. That's a difficult conversation with any employee. Certainly if, again, you go to Thanksgiving dinner with that guy or gal. So as long as the core values are in charge, I've found no issues. And to be fair, I've got a very small family. So I've never hired family other than my wife has periodically has helped with businesses, but I've hired close friends. I've hired family, like their brothers and sisters with each other, like family members and their own. Never had a problem with personal relationships, family, any of that sort of stuff. So I'd give it the thumbs up as long as our core values match. Yeah. I'll take not family, core values match over family, not core values match. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Cool. Questions, comments, rude remarks, or you get what you need for the week?
I think that's good. Yeah, that helped me. Then that's what I was kind of leaning towards, is the core values. As long as they line up and his core values match my core values, that we could be a good fit for each other. And if he's not matching up with all my core values, then we could have that talk then. So
Yeah. And the cool thing is you just tell them at the beginning, hey man, if we're going to work together, the core values are in charge. So don't be like, just because I'm your brother, your son, your father, whatever relationship you have with this person, I'm going to be bossing you around. That ain't it. The core values are in charge, and we're going to hold each other accountable. If you see me not having fun, not making, and I'm using my core values, you'll use yours, call me out on it. Right. I've had employees, people on my team were like, tell me, hey man, I don't know if we're being completely real in this decision. I'm like, God dang it. You're right. Let's do it a different way. Because there really are my values, right? I'm not faking them. So the values will save you from a lot of that headache. All of that headache. Cool. You get what you need?
Yep. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey, new friend, love that you were here. If you want more Cleaning Nation, more us, you can check us out on YouTube. Similar content, you just get to see each other. It's totally free. Or if you want to say, hey, hit us up on Instagram, Twitter, join our free Facebook group. We love hearing from you, Cleaning Nation. That's what makes it magic. Jump on, we'll see you there.
May I ask one more quick question?
Yeah, of course.
So I pulled up a report. Corporate gave us a brand new report. I pulled it up this morning, and what I noticed is that a lot of our attrition is happening whenever clients have like maybe one, maybe two cleans, because we don't require a deep clean out of the chute. How would you mitigate that? Some of the things. Go ahead.
So no, I'm just saying that's a good question.
I was considering having them, if they either do a deep clean, or if they opt out for the deep clean, commit to 4 months.
Yeah, I've got a different take. First of all, I would get very specific data. When I hear the word a lot, I'm like, what does that mean for how long? Is a lot 6% or is a lot 59%? And does that just happen for the last 2 or 3 weeks, or does that happen for the last 6 months? So
most of the people that leave us, they're people that just try us out and go down the street because they're too cheap. But it's a lot of the people that don't start with that deep clean.
Believe it or not, to me, that's a sales problem, not a. So I'll give you the answer on the deep clean, how I would do that. But I'm going to look at the salesperson. Like if I've got 2 or 3 salespeople and, Danny's people all stay 2 years. I'm not going on you, Kim. You're next to Danny, but I'm skipping. I'm going over to Sylvia. Her people are all quitting. It's almost, sorry, Sylvia. It's much more the human being that they talk to and the expectations that were set and who they're accepting as clients than the deep clean or not deep clean. The deep clean can be a little indicative, but I guarantee it's 80% plus the sales process and less than 20% the deep clean. That said, for everybody, not just these are really good questions, by the way, Angela. Mm-hmm. For everybody, not just Angela, on the deep clean issue. So anytime it's like you got to do it this way, or you're like cost of goods sold being 45% or 50% or less, deal breaker. Core values, deal breaker. Like certain things are like, if you don't get this right, we almost can't help you. Other stuff is just me going, here's how I would do it, and this will help make it easier, but you don't have to do it. This is that. So when it comes to deep cleans at the beginning, and this is just more for residential, commercial kind of works out a little better, but for residential, there's really 3 ways you can do it. One is just it's whatever it costs and pay up or don't, I don't care. That's one extreme. The other extreme is I'm not going to charge you anything, which is what I would do because I'm looking for lifetime value. So say your average client's $400 a month, they stay 3 years. That's a $15,000 lifetime value. Say I get an extra $132 for the deep clean. Okay, now it's a $15,132. Like it makes no difference, right? Mm-hmm. So I just wanted to onboard as easily as possible. I want to take as many. I'm the opposite. I'll do a free clean up front. And you're like, well, that cost me $80. Like, I don't give a crap if it's a $15,000 client, even if you only get half of those free cleans turn into clients. See what I'm saying? So I'm more like, I'm all about the lifetime value. So that's how I would do it. If you're like, I don't want to do that. The middle ground, which if you're not going to just handle it, I would do at cost. So say you're like, hey, it takes an extra 4 hours to get this thing done, and I'm going to pay my people $50 more. I would literally do a $47. I'm not trying to make any money off of it. And I tell them it's going to take longer. We do it at the beginning, and I don't like you got to commit to 4 months because one, they don't want you. They don't want and even if they did want you, I don't want them to be like, I hate this service. Because then they're going to leave it to 4 months and you're going to think it's a different problem. But the problem, you're just masking the real problem. So okay. I'm going to go in the sales. I'm guessing the salesperson isn't getting enough pain in getting them, the client, and you, the provider, clear on what their pain is. I'm guessing it's very superficial. It's dirty and I don't like it. And the other clients don't dust my blinds and it makes me sad. I'm going to get how's this affecting you? Is this taking away time from your kids? When you come home, you worked all day and your husband's worked all day and you look at him and he looks at you and you're both like, who's going to clean this pigsty up? Or when your kids are crawling around, there's dog hair in the carpet and you just makes you want to sit, like, I'm going to get them to really feel what they're feeling. And if they're not super, all of you guys that are here, if we called you and said, what's going on with your business? You're like, it's fine. It's great. We wouldn't have made you an offer. We go, great, go listen to the podcast. And if you have a real problem, call back. We'll help you. What do you want from us? Right. So I make sure that they really have a problem that I can solve. I make sure they're committed to solving that problem. I make sure they understand, they're clear on it. That sales process is going to do so much better to keep them longer than a contract or pay an extra $150 for a deep clean or any of that nonsense.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So I look at I try to find out the root problem. And for me, for everybody, not just Angela, I want to have my percentage churn goal for the year. And I'm always going to base it on that. So when I hear a lot of the people that are quitting, I'm like, I don't care. What's the overall percentage quitting? And are you on pace or below pace for your annual churn? If my annual churn is on or below where it should be, I don't give a crap why they're churning. They're good. Now, if it's over, like I'm like, hey, I don't want to churn more than 10% a year and I'm at 13%, and it's only October. Now I got questions. But if I'm below, I'm not going to try and solve a problem that doesn't exist because zero churn is unreasonable, right? So first, see how we're going to kind of step out and go, what's our churn goal? Are we meeting our churn goal? If so, whole conversation's over. If not, then we're going to have a thoughtful conversation about why. And I think the deep clean, again, is correlative, not causative. Like I think it's a correlation, not a causation.
Gotcha. That makes perfect sense. Thank you.
Okay. Question. Need more clarity on deep cleaning during the sales process. I don't know if I answered it accidentally to Angela, but you tell me.
Okay, so, well, you touched on it a little bit when we talked through the help ticket. Okay, so.
Well, first of all, did you hear what I said to Angela about there's 3 ways you can do it? You can charge full price, which I don't love. You can do it cost, or you can just do it for free and be like, I'm trying to lower as many barriers as possible, looking at this not as a $400 a month clean, but a $10,000 or $20,000 lifetime value client. And I want to make it as easy as possible for them to come in. And if it costs me $63 in labor for someone that should be a $10,000, $20,000 client, not assuming they don't give you any referrals, I'll just write the $62 check and be on my way.
Right. So that's what I've been doing is been like, don't even, because I'm trying to think of it long-term, right? Having them as a long-term client, right? Okay. But here's the opposition that I'm getting with it. If I tell someone, hey, we'll just make it $300 a month or whatever, right? We'll do the deep clean. Don't worry about it. The thought process almost seems like with them that it's like, okay, so you're going to do a deep clean for $300, but then still charge me $300. It's like, but I'm not getting a deep clean every time.
That's just positioning wrong. So the way I'd position that is, which I think is more accurate. Hey, Brittany, so it's, and I'm not even doing 300. It's 400. I don't even know what it is, but it's 400. Let's get to make some money. So that should be average, by the way, unless you're in a very poor, very small town. 400 for every other week should be about average. 350 at the minimum. If you're below that, send me a help ticket or let's talk. So residential, commercial should be much higher. Okay. Brittany's residential. Hey, Brittany. So it's $400 a month. What we typically do for the deep clean is a couple options. And again, I'm making this up. You can modify. Obviously, don't lie to this, but here's a way that you can present it, but say things that are true. So if you're not going to do this, say it differently. What we typically do is, it might take another 10 hours of clean just to get everything up to where we want. So that's a little expensive for us on day one. So we can either for free over the next 2 or 3 months, get your house up to speed. So 2-3 months from now, it's going to be all ready to roll and we'll be in maintenance mode. And we won't charge her for that because we want, I see you as a lifetime relationship, not just for the next 2 or 3 months. If you want it done right away in the first thing, we just kind of charge you a cost. So just be $67 one time. It'd usually be $200 or $300, but for clients, we'll do it. And then obviously do whatever the cost is. Which way would you like to go? So obviously make that your policy if you're going to tell people that, but that's a kind of a hybrid of 2 and 3 of the charge or not charge. And if you really want to get feisty and you like someone, you go, you know what, if we get you signed up today, we'll just do that 60, we won't even charge you that. Just maybe it'll take 2 cleans, not 1. Just give us some feedback. But you see how you just have to position it as it truly is this is above and beyond. Here's what it would cost. I'm going to charge you much less or nothing. So they see, oh, this is, you don't get, this is just how you position it as a short answer. Okay.
Okay.
And I can't emphasize enough, guys, if you're talking about their pain and they're understanding what this is costing them living the life the way it is, the price won't make a difference. So don't get too deep into the, like all of you guys that are here, we didn't spend a lot of time on the price. We spent a lot of time on you and can we help you and we can help change your life. And I wouldn't, my team or I would have invited you guys in here if we didn't think you can make 100,000 or several 100,000 off the investment. So if it was 17 grand or 9 grand or 8,200 or some of you from Australia and the Canadian thing, and who gives a shit, right? If you're like, well, for 11,000 I'm out, but 8,200, I'm like, what are you talking about? So we want to make sure. That's why I don't get too into the price, right? We want to make sure the focus is your life is going to be better. You're getting time back with your family. You're going to come home and feel good. You're not going to work 12 hours a day and then come home and have to work another 6 hours. You're going to be able to relax when you come home and get the rest you deserve after working so hard. This is what if you've got the right client, you're saying that, they don't give a crap what it costs. So you can go over this stuff, but don't get too mired into the details and the money. The people like, how much is it? And can I save $20? That's the wrong guy.
Right. And I know that's part of it too, because most of the people that I've talked to that have had those questions or objections or whatever, they don't have enough pain for me to solve anyway. It's like, okay, I mean, they want a cleaning done, but it's not like there's nothing. If it's versus the pricing, they just don't have enough pain around it. There's not the person that I really need to be talking to.
Generally,
and so,
but keep in mind, it's our job to help them understand that pain. So a lot of times they will call going, I just want the most cleaning for least money. They don't understand.
Right.
We're going to ask questions. And if they really don't have pain, we do that all the time. If people come to us and we ask questions like, I'd just like to grow a little. I'm like, we'll give them other resources, not even invite them into our program. Cause like, I'm not mad at them. Why would you spend a bunch of money and time just to make a little bit more money? You don't need us. But most of them really, if they're honest with themselves, they do have a bigger pain. They're just not clear on it. So as a salesperson, your job is really to help them understand the problem and then offer them the best solution. And if you happen to be that solution, great. And if you're doing a good job marketing, you're attracting the right people who you generally will be the solution. Great. But if you're not, you give them something different. And it's in the sales training. We say, hey, at the end of our conversation, Brittany, or anytime during the conversation, for any reason, if you don't think I'm an absolute great fit, will you tell me?
Right.
You're always going to say yes. And the other option, if I just think we're not the best fit, may I have permission to tell you? They'll always say yes. And what would you like to see happen if we both think we're a great fit? Oh, I want to get started. Fantastic. So we're going to set it up so there's no pressure. If you're not a good fit, you can just tell them, hey, remember when I said we're not a good fit? I think we're not. Let me see if I can find you a different resource. So all that to say, more often than not, they do have pain. It is a pain. You didn't know, kind of going to call a contractor, invite them out. I got to put pants on, talk to another human.
Right.
No one wants to do that. They're looking for a solution. They just haven't taken the time to understand their pain. And that's what you're going to help them get clear on what it's really costing them.
Okay. What about two more things? What about when you have somebody that's calling because their current cleaner isn't doing a good job or whatever, but they have maybe like a solo cleaner that's giving them a really, really low rate?
I'm just going to call it out. Here, watch this. I'll send all of you guys away to other people. There are homeless people that will coach the crap out of you for $8 and I don't know what they charge. I don't give a shit, but they can't help you get the transformation I want. If you want homeless coaching for $6, you're in the wrong room, kids. If you want to make $1 million business, make $300,000 a month in profit or a year in profit, and work 10 hours a week, I know how to help you do that. So how many of y'all leaving? Nobody? Shocking. That's exactly with your people, right? So if they're like, I got to leave, if that's what you want, do that. No, she at the time, and I'm afraid it's weird. Should I have any insurance? Oh, okay. Well, that's going to be more expensive.
Right. And I'm typically very frank with them. Okay, well, either you can deal with her.
With them. Yeah, you're not trying. But if that's who they want, if any of you guys are, no, I would just want some dude that doesn't have the experience you do, no team. Maybe I get results, maybe I don't, but I want it cheaper. Awesome. I don't know any names, but if I did, I'd give it to you. I'm not trying to get the wrong clients. I'm trying to get the right clients. So if they are like, I love the cheap and I like that it's Susie and she doesn't have any insurance and she just comes when she can and she goes on vacation or gets hurt. If that's their kettle of fish, like you and Susie hold hands and skip. Why are you calling me? That's the funny thing is they wouldn't be calling you if they love Susie. They're calling you because of the problem. Right? I don't know if any of you guys had a coach or have coaches, but you didn't call me just to tell me how great it was. You called me because you ain't getting some goddamn results, right? So help the people, for crying out loud.
Well, here we are, the end of the podcast, and you made it. Great job. I've got a little bonus for you for sticking through with me. But like I mentioned before, if you got value out of this podcast and you want to show a little love, subscribe, rate, and review on iTunes, Spotify, wherever the heck you're listening to this thing. Share it with a friend. Share the love. And as a special thank you for those of you that stuck with me to the end, how about I give you my personal phone number so we can text?
It's a great way for me to get to know you, your business, your goals personally. So shoot me a text now, 602-932-6431, 602-932-6431. I am the only one who responds to these texts, and I will personally respond to everyone I possibly can as long as this number is manned. Don't know how long we're going to keep this at the end of the podcast, so grab it now, 602-932-6431. Give me a text, say hey, can't wait to meet you.